Hey everybody, welcome back. Today's a great day because 40 years ago today, the first Rocky movie came out. I'm sorry if I just gave you the urge to go watch all the Rocky movies, but you're also welcome. But really, we're going to dive right into the NFL. It was a great week in sports. I had to cut back on some of the stuff I wanted to say. But we're going to start with 12 missed extra points in the NFL. It's a record. To put that in perspective, there have been 14 NFL seasons where we didn't even see 12 extra points missed. Whole seasons. We saw it in one day. Granted, they moved it back a little bit, but I think we're going to see major changes in coaching strategy coming up. There's going to be a lot more extra point, 2-point conversions, I think. And that's the whole reason the NFL did it. They wanted to make the game more interesting. And I think it's working. What's also going to be interesting is the Monday night matchup tonight between the Texans and the Raiders. It's being played in Mexico City. First time ever a Monday night game has been played outside the United States. The interesting part, the part I think, Estadio Azteca is 7,500 feet above sea level. Both the Texans and the Raiders at home play at below 50. The Raiders play at 6 feet above sea level. And they're going to 7,500. To put that in perspective, the Denver Broncos play at 5,000. We're going to see what unfolds there. I think that's going to be interesting to see how that affects the athletes. But on a funny note, I guess it's funny, Marshall Plumlee got called up from the D-League by the Knicks yesterday. He had to take a train to Grand Central Station. Then he had to take a cab. He had to tip the cab driver to run red lights for him. And then the traffic was so bad, he had to get out the last couple of blocks and sprint into Madison Square Garden. They said, hey, do you need to warm up? And he said, no, I'm already warm. I ran here. Talk about an NBA debut. Hey, that would be stressful. He got there, and the game had already started. He got there in the first quarter. Hey, what'd you do yesterday? Oh, no big deal. Congrats, Marshall Plumlee, on the debut. But I want to get into something. Steve Kerr got fined $25,000 for this. I want to read the quote because I couldn't have said this any better. And he got fined for it. How is it that everybody on earth can see these traveling violations except for the 3 people that we pay to do the job? I don't get it. It's bizarre. I don't get it either. It is bizarre. You can see fans going like this. He even went on to say he could make a blooper reel of all the times the refs don't call it. He got fined $25,000 for publicly criticizing the refs. He's a head coach, isn't he? Isn't that his job? To criticize people? Not criticize, but what? How can you fine somebody for that? It's his opinion. Okay, he's under contract by the NBA. What? It's true. There are a lot of missed traveling calls. And I think it's because the refs are under so much pressure to call all these other things anymore. Flagrants to the head. We see the new blocking arc under the rim. The chart. They're focused on so many things that they're missing a fundamental aspect of the game in traveling. Everybody knows how to call traveling. And then we find somebody for calling him out on it? Something's messed up there. We'll move on to college football. Charlie Strong, the headline was, got fired from Texas. And just recently, I received new word, after the media has been blowing up that Charlie Strong's to be fired, that now the athletic director came out and said they're going to review their season after the TCU game next week. So, no longer the headline. Might be next week. But a crazy game. If you're down in the dumps about your team losing, this might make you feel a little better. Illinois versus Iowa. Illinois didn't have a kickoff. Ever. Not even one before the half or before the game because of the wind. The other team elected to kick. And they punted or lost it on downs. Didn't have one kickoff? Poor guys. Oh my goodness. But in other news, NASCAR, Jimmy Johnson, congratulations. tied the NASCAR record for the 7th Sprint Cup title. Putting yourself there in the record books, and maybe you have a chance to break it. Congratulations there, and thank you for watching. We'll see you next time. There's Dugout.